Yeah, man, this is kind of weird and confusing. This is a lot of. I don't know how to do this. This is just a lot of. Hello, everyone. This is your captain speaking, and yes, this is really, really weird. I've never done this before, but you know how I'm usually outside for these grammar videos? Well, I'm outside now, and I can't find a cushion that's not completely soaked through. So I'm gonna take a walk because there's a nice, lovely forest near my house. So thought I'd have a nice walk and talk with y'all, so I can have myself even more distracted than I usually am while I'm doing these videos, because that's always good and healthy for my lifestyle. Yeah. Also, walking is just good for your skin, so... Oh, that didn't sound good. Let's just hope I don't fall into a thing and die, but at least I'll have a video recording of my death, so that's a cool thing. If somebody finds this and I'm dead, post it on YouTube, because I want that to be on YouTube, because that's cool. I can be known as a YouTuber who died doing what they loved, which was making grammar videos for people who are uninformed. Segue to what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna do a grammar video, but today is gonna be punctuation part 2, finally. Because it's been a while since I did my first one. I know it hasn't actually been that long. I almost died, sorry. I know it actually hasn't been that long, but it's long for me. So, man, there's a lot of water here. Look at all that water. Can you see that water? Look at that water. Let's not go that way. That's a bad way. Ah, it's winter. It's winter, so there's snow and water everywhere. Because it's also just like a really nice day out. So it's starting to melt. So I don't have anywhere that I can go that isn't covered in water. So I'm going to be a little careful. What was I saying? Oh yeah, grammar. Punctuation, part 2. First one, I did mostly finalization and continuation punctuation. This time, it's going to be almost completely continuation. No, it's going to be completely continuation because finalization is easy. So, this time, we're going to be doing, I don't even remember what. Give me a second here. Gotta pay attention here. We're doing quotation marks, ellipses, and brackets. Now, that might not sound very complicated, but believe it or not, a lot of people are very stupid, so they use these things incorrectly. I mean, I guess it's really hard to use an ellipsis incorrectly, but quotation marks? Ooh, don't even get me started on those. Actually, get me started on those. We're gonna start on those. People constantly use quotation marks to emphasize something. You know when they're just saying, where's my house? Not that, they're not saying that. I'm just gonna make sure I don't get lost. You know when they're saying things and they want to emphasize something really strongly, and instead of using italics or all caps or bold or something, they just put it in. Whoa. Yeah, let's not go that way. That sounds like a bad way. Instead of doing normal things, like italicizing things or being really loud and yelling about it, they just put it in quotation marks and think that that means that they're emphasizing it. No, it doesn't mean that. You'd be amazed at how many people actually do that. Ugh, I got stabbed by a tree. But that's not actually true. Because quotation marks are used, like the biggest reason that you would use quotation marks would be in like a book when somebody says, and this character said this, the thing that they said is going to be in the quotation marks, because hence quotation is for quotes. So if a character is saying something, then that's really close to my face. Hi, how's it going? That's really close. Yeah. So if a character is saying something, then you always put what they said in quotation marks because it's a quote of theirs. But if the character is speaking and they're quoting somebody else, you put what they're saying in quotation marks and then you put the quote that they're quoting in one set of quotation marks. So like a couple of apostrophes. Does that make sense? Okay, let's try something. You know how Abraham Lincoln's thing is like 407 years ago the stuff happened. If somebody said, remember when, say I'm a character and they say, remember when Abraham Lincoln said 407 years ago, you would put 2 quotation marks and then put remember when Abraham Lincoln said, and then an apostrophe, 407 years ago, end apostrophe, and then end quotation marks because it's the end of the quotation for that character. I'm gonna hope that made sense because I can't explain it any better. I have no idea where I'm going. But I'm not gonna get lost because my house is a big yellow beacon over there. Literally, it's just a gigantic beacon. And here's some more water. So I swear, I'm living in a swamp. Look at this. Look at that beauty right there. Let's try and cross that. That's a good idea. Second, what was it? I got a reference sheet so that I don't forget what I'm doing. But I just got slapped in the face by a tree. That was mean. Apparently I've angered the great god Pan. You know, the Greek god of nature, that guy? Yeah, I've angered him. He slapped me in the face with a tree because of it. Okay. I don't know what I did to anger him. I mean, I'm just stepping on all of his dead brothers. I mean, he's not a tree, but you know what I mean. Oh, I almost got my charging cable lost. That would have been bad. What the frick is that? It's a pine cone. Ah! Oh, don't go through there on the way back. Holy crap, that was a bad idea. Oh man, lighting is not good in this forest. Okay, ellipsis, yes. For those of you who don't know, an ellipsis is just 3 dots. Typically, when somebody uses an ellipsis, it's used for a dramatic effect. So like, if they take a pause, they just put 3 dots, or to be less dramatic, they put 2 dots, because they're dumb. Because that doesn't make any sense at all. But yeah, ellipses are just 3 dots used for pausing in a sentence, kind of like a comma, but a more enhanced pause, like a purposeful pause. Like, you just stop and say something dramatic. It happens a lot in movies and books, so like, if you read a bunch of books, you'll find ellipses. I don't know how they're used in normal conversation. Like, typically it's only used in a book, because that makes sense, duh. But it can be used in like text, but usually just don't. Just as a rule, just don't, because it looks dumb. Unless you know what you're doing, don't use it. That's a good rule for most weird punctuation things. If you don't know what you're doing, don't use it. You know, I'm gonna make a whole video about people misusing different words like there and where and bear, things like that. All those homophones. There's a song for that. All those homophones. I'll make a video about people misusing those. And then I can yell about how you should not use it unless you know how. Okay, finally, I should start making my way back, shouldn't I? Can you see me? There we go. There's my face, because you guys wanted to see that, right? That's what you come to these videos for, my beautiful face. Hey, look, a tower. A tower, I don't know what that's for. Alright, let's start from the back. Let's cut that last part, shall we? The last thing on my list for today is brackets, or parentheses. I think brackets and parentheses might be different, but for today I'm going to use them as synonyms. Like, parentheses might be the curved ones, while brackets are the square ones. But that really only ever makes a difference when you're coding things, and I don't code things. I used to, but I don't anymore. So brackets, typically, when you're saying a sentence, and you're going to go off into a small tangent for just a little bit, and you want to draw attention to the fact that it's a tangent, you put brackets. So you start a sentence, and then you want to say something off topic, then you put the off topic thing in brackets. But you only put things in brackets if the thing... Oh man, this is hard to explain. You only put things in brackets if the beginning of the sentence and then the end of the sentence still make a sentence. Like, you only put brackets in a sentence if the sentence can be whole without them. Say, oh, I should do that. I should have been doing that the whole time. That's much better. My arm's getting tired, but yeah. This is my first time vlogging properly, so don't judge me, okay? Never put, where's my house? Never put brackets in a sentence unless the sentence can be whole without them. Whoa. Brackets should never be mandatory to complete a sentence. Do you understand? Because I've seen this happen before. People put the actual section of the proper sentence into the brackets, and it doesn't make any sense. Because why logically would you ever do that? This goes back to what I was saying before. Don't use it unless you know how to use it. Because that's just a logical thing to do. Don't use things unless you know how they work. Would you use a chainsaw if you didn't know exactly how to use it? No. Why do you think they give you a permit before you can use heavy machinery? Because you have to know how to use it, or else you'll kill somebody. And that'll happen too if you misuse proper grammar, because they'll kill you if you use it incorrectly, okay? That was violent. I think that's all I had about... My arm's getting really tired. Let's switch to this arm for a little bit. Is that weird? I bet that's weird. So, long story short, parentheses, just don't use them. Because they're almost completely unnecessary, because any place where you can use parentheses, you can just replace the parentheses with commas, and it'll still be fine. So, parentheses and, like, brackets are pretty much completely useless at this point. So just don't use them, okay? Let's leave it at that. Yeah, that's a good stopping point. My glove's disgusting. I just got these gloves. I should get a shower. I should get out more. We should do this more often. I want to make this a regular thing. Instead of sitting on the deck, I'm gonna walk through the forest while I teach you people about grammar. A goat brammer. I'm gonna teach you guys a goat brammer. Is that okay with you? I'm not that sad. I'm not that bad at hiking. My arm's getting tired, so I'm gonna be done now. So, thank you everybody so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Until then, farewell.